Welcome back to a new episode of How to Reach 2000. In today's video we're playing with the black pieces. White plays the move b3, intending to play bishop b2. Let's play the move d5, which controls a bit of space in the center. You can also play c5 and occupy more space in the center. We have to be a little bit careful about tactics that involve bishop takes g7, so just keep that in mind. We cannot just move this pawn and bring the bishop out, because that would result in bishop takes g7 and then a rook would be stuck in the corner of the board. My idea is probably to play something like bishop to f5, then play e6, then play knight to f6, so that I can just develop all of my pieces. Their idea is probably to play d3, knight d2, and then e4. I'm gonna go e6 so that I can play knight f6, and if they take me I can just capture with the queen. Is this a threat? They can play it, but is that a threat? I don't think so, so let's keep developing. They can push the pawn all the way to e5, but I'm not worried. If they play e4 right now, I'm just gonna drop my bishop back, and if they take, I'm okay. Although that would result in me having doubled pawns unless if I take with my knight. So the line I'm talking about is this, and after my bishop goes back, I can take, and if I take with the pawn, then they can take my knight, and I cannot take back with the queen, because this pawn on d5 would be hanging because of bishop takes d5. So maybe I'm gonna have to accept doubled pawns, or I can maybe try this. Oh, that would be bad because there might be this. Yeah, so here takes, and if I take them, they take me, and if I take this, they're just gonna take my bishop and they're up a piece, so I cannot do that. So let's go back. If they take, I'm gonna take like this. If they want to take my knight, then I'm okay. I guess I'm gonna go for a slightly damaged structure, but I'm gonna have the two bishops and see if that is any good for me. Okay, they play the move e5, which I don't think is as good as taking. We can play the move knight to d7, which immediately attacks this pawn, and it's very hard to defend unless if they play the move f4. f4 looks interesting. There could be ideas of kingside pawn storms in the future, but there is no threat at the moment. Let's start with the move bishop to e7, which controls this diagonal and also develops a piece. So if we wanted to castle, we can castle kingside next move. And also it's a very flexible move, it just gets the piece to a slightly more active square. They play queen e2, pretty nice move. It's a clear indicator of maybe castling queenside. So I'm also going to play a similar move. I'm going to play queen c7, and I'm intending to castle queenside. Then I'm going to tuck my king away on the b8 square. So far so good. Position looks really nice. Also I can consider maybe playing b5 instead of castling, and also c4. But that's a little too aggressive. Okay, that's a decent move. I don't see any threats though. Doesn't really do anything. We can either castle kingside or we can castle queenside. I don't really know what to do at this point. And also we can start attacking on the king side, maybe h5 and then h4. h5, h4 looks really interesting. I'm gonna play h5. So I'm not castling kingside or queenside because they can castle the opposite way and try to attack me. Okay, I induced a move h3. I don't think h3 is very good for them because it weakens the g3 pawn. I cannot really think of moves that are gonna stall the game so that they castle some way, but I guess I'm gonna castle queen's side because I feel like the king is much safer on the queen side than on the king side, because white has all of the space on the king side, and castling king side would probably lead to a bunch of attacks. That doesn't strike me as a good move, but I don't really know why. I feel like I can just take that pawn and open up the file. I don't know, it doesn't look right. So I feel like I should take, and after they take, I'm gonna open up this file, so if they take me, I'm gonna take back, and I'm happy. I really like taking. I really like the idea of taking and then playing f6. So let's calculate f6. f6, do they have any moves that threaten me? I don't think so. They can take, and then they can grab this pawn, which is not really what I want to do. So the queen on e2 is very well placed. It kind of plays against f6. Do I have anything better? I think the best I have is to trade rooks, and after the bishop captures, I can occupy the h file. That doesn't look too bad. Let's trade. We also have ideas of playing this. It's really hard to choose a plan in this position. Okay, how about this? If they castle, then I'm gonna take the free pawn. And if they bring this rook, then they cannot castle anymore. Okay, they move their queen. They move their knight so that the queen is defending the square. Looks interesting. I'm gonna play this move, activating my knight a little bit more. Now I have ideas of playing this, although I don't really want to do that. Okay, they play this. Excellent move, kicks out my knight. I'm gonna go back to the c6 square. Now this is kind of a weakness. I can play this. The knight move potentially has ideas of this. That doesn't strike me as a good move. I feel like I should go here. After here, I go here. That looks pretty nice. I'm gonna do it. I'm opening up the bishop, but I'm gonna have a nice knight, which puts pressure everywhere. And I'm potentially gonna play this. Is that a good move? But don't I take and then go here? Put pressure on the knight, and this pawn is very loose. Now they have to move their knight, and I can capture this pawn after taking this. Yeah, so they're gonna move their knight here. Now I can even trade. Yeah, position's really good now. I don't think they should have played this, cause that was a little premature, because it destabilizes the e5 pawn, and my move queen c7 defends that pawn. So let's take this guy. And if queen takes, this comes with check. If bishop takes, I play this. And very important thing, if they take my knight, I take their queen. Now I can just be calm, like I just have extra pawn. Now I can either start pushing these pawns, or I can play a preparatory move. I feel like I should just push these pawns. I'm gonna push these pawns. Not too worried about this. I'm gonna move my king up. Idea to play this. Okay, that doesn't attack the bishop, so I can just play this, improving my rook a little bit. They can go here, attacking the knight and the bishop. So they're attacking the knight, and if I do nothing, they're gonna take my knight and take my bishop. So I'm probably gonna play this move after they play that. They go there. I don't think that's a good move. I can start pushing this pawn. They can go here, but I can go here, and after it takes, I take with the pawn. I want to go here, putting pressure, and I have ideas of going there. Now I have to play this so that I don't hang my bishop. They were threatening this. Okay, now we take with the pawn. If we take with the king, we lose. Now we go in front of this pawn so that they cannot play rook g1. Now we start pushing. This is kind of annoying, but it's gonna do the job. Ideally I want the rook behind, but it would have taken too much time. I kind of misplayed in the middle game. Okay, doesn't really have a threat. That's an interesting move, but I think I can go here and even push. But I like this, defending this. Okay, not worried. Everything is defended. push the pawn a bit closer. Let's go up so that we are closer to this pawn. Also, we have contact with this pawn, so this is not possible. They cannot create a runaway pawn. Let's go here, controlling a bit of space around the king. That doesn't look right. Okay, so this, and if they take, I'm very happy. This, if they go rook here, do I have any tactics? I don't think so. So let's play this. Controlling the square. They go here, understandable, but I can defend. If they play check, I'm gonna block with the rook. Although that might be a bad move. Yeah, that's gonna be a bad move. I'm gonna go here. Trying to create some checkmating ideas. Or just win all of his pieces. Idea is to play this and this. Which is actually really hard to stop. I don't know how he's gonna stop it. I'm gonna push. My idea was the bishop is deflected so it doesn't attack this pawn and I can start pushing. And in fact, they have to sacrifice the rook. Our king is doing a pretty good job. It's very active. All of their pieces are kind of stuck. What is he gonna do? I just noticed the opponent is 1146, which is a pretty good rating. I guess they're starting to realize that they cannot stop this pawn. They play that, but I don't care. Here, they can take my free bishop, but I promote. And if check, I go here. No worries. And if they push this pawn, I can probably take or even promote. Now I hide. I could have also played this, but this looks more stylish, I guess, because we leave our bishop hanging. They don't really have any counterplay. You can just take. Just have to play a bit faster. That's some progress. Idea is to play this. Can now take all the pawns. So that even if we flag, we don't lose the game. We're gonna draw the game. Obviously, I'm not gonna try to flag, but better be prepared for the worst case scenario, I guess. I'm trying to keep everything on light squares so that this bishop is useless. Light squares, light squares. King cannot move. Light squares. Light squares. Okay, this is gonna be checkmate soon. How we play? What do we play? Let's play this. Only move, and then we take the free bishop. I can run away, but it's fine. Check, force to the back rank. Now we play this, and this is checkmate.